Batman Offworld Issue 1 heads to Sector 0909 and to the ungoverned Slag Galaxy, where the Weathermen wheel in an unidentified ship they found drifting through space. The ship's captain knows that even such a small prize will be in service of the War Storm, wanting the recruiters sent aboard the ship. The ship is cut open by a crew of scavengers who find the ship to be extremely rudimentary in its design. With no airborne contagions found, the scavengers remove their helmets, revealing them to be bug aliens. They call to the owner of the ship saying they need to sign some papers to join the Brotherhood of War Workers, but Batman, however, is hiding in the roof. Knowing since these men are aliens, he doesn't know what their weaknesses are. He knows they do have faces though, so he'll start there. Batman attacks as Captain Sin learns from his weathermen that something has gone wrong on the derelict ship. Sin thinks that they have found themselves an exuberant recruit, finding that the being has broken containment. Batman feels the effects of the artificial gravity as he disappears into the smoke he deploys, hiding from the guards in the hangar ceiling. But Sin, who doesn't want to fall behind on his quotas, demands the robots be sent in. The heavily armed robots enter the hangar, demanding the beings surrender before they hurt him. Sin soon learns that the robots are meeting some resistance as Batman uses a plasma chainsaw he got from one of the droids to cut them to pieces. The General orders Firestormers to be sent in next, as Bruce begins wondering why he's there looking for answers to questions he doesn't even know how to ask. The Firestormers surround Batman as the aliens from the shuttle begin waking up from the toxin Batman delivered to them. Batman reminds himself to focus on his training and why he is there, but realizes that none of the aliens he's fighting have ever seen a bat. So as the smoke clears and they finally get a good look at the hero, he finds that they know not to fear the Batman, but he promises himself that he will change that. Captain Sin arrives, telling everyone that Batman is his. He sizes up the hero, asking what he even is, but Batman stays silent, prompting Sin to ask why he deserves to scrub the toilets. Batman hits the being in the face with his electro knuckle dusters, but it doesn't even move the alien. Later, Batman awakens, beaten and bloody in a cell, finding he's sharing it with dozens of other aliens. He remembers Sin punched him 3 times and broke multiple bones, thinking how he imagined the fight the entire journey, and it went just about how he expected it to go. Out of the group of aliens comes the Tamaranian, who reveals that Batman owes her a debt since she bet that he would die, but he still lives. A being named Nyreek confronts the woman, and she wonders if he has a problem, but the being says that they were only going to rob and maim Batman a little as their way of welcoming him to the Eye of the Storm. But the woman, revealed to be named Ione, will do a lot worse to him, since she's a storm chaser. Batman asks how she is able to speak English, learning that she has a lingo chip installed, and Batman had one put in when he was being checked for micro-leeches as well. She tells him not to bother with his belt since all his weapons he had hidden are long gone. However, the aliens did leave him his pretend wings, probably as some type of joke since he won't get much use of them there. The woman pulls Bruce closer, telling him that he has been locked up with the rejects, and if he wants to get out alive to see the starlight, he needs to follow her lead. Batman isn't interested in teaming with her since he doesn't want to escape the prison. As he watches the ship he arrived in be cut to pieces for scrap in the hangar below, Bruce remembers how he spent $532 million to purchase it from Star Labs, giving him a very expensive one-way trip out there, but he had no choice. He knows all about the war storm they are in, having learned that it was inescapable and travels the galaxy, abducting any being it finds, forcing them to train as mercenary soldiers who don't use guns or weapons, but instead their fists, as resources that would be used to make weapons in the Slag Galaxy are all relegated to the mining industries. Batman is sent to work in the furnaces, dumping destroyed training robots into the furnaces to feed the storm stacks. Bruce finds one robot is still very much alive and functional, so he keeps it, putting it in his garbage can as he does more menial labor. Having activated the droid, he learns about Captain Sin, learning that he has immense power, and he took it with his bare hands. Ione finds Batman, telling him that some punched up droid doesn't need to tell him about the captain. She tells him all about the Akarian and how he clawed his way off the hell pit that they call their moon, making a fortune by selling stormers to the Black Sun Mining Company. The robot sees Ione, knowing all about her and how she has been sentenced to hanging. However, Ione boots the droid before it can reveal what for. She asks Batman what the captain is to him, but the hero remains silent, so the woman thinks that she knows what Batman really is, having seen him take his beatings like they are doing him a favor. so it's no accident he is there, figuring that this is his first time off of his planet and he came to the Slag Galaxy to find a fight, and he must be deliriously stupid and doing it out of love. As Iron goes on about whatever the Batman calls his lover, Bruce thinks about Gotham, his first love, and how it's been a year since the Bat flew into his window and gave him a purpose. Batman beats up criminals on a rooftop in Gotham as a chopper comes by to pick up the Irish mob leader. As more thugs swarm Batman, the man boards his chopper, but Batman slings his grapple around the skids. The man says that Batman should have gotten the message by now when he tore through the other criminal families like a hurricane, and tonight's storm has come for the East Irish mob. The mobster knows that his muscle wouldn't have been able to handle Batman, so he hired some new muscle from out of town. Batman comes face to face with a hulking Akarian who isn't too impressed with Batman and what he does, telling him that the Slag Galaxy would eat him alive. Batman readies for a fight, hitting the being in the face, as in the present, Batman has rebuilt the fighting robot, who teaches him how to fight the Akarians. Batman wants to see how it is in motion, telling the droid to punch back and fight like how Captain Sin would. The droid thinks that this will cause immense pain to Batman, but the hero puts his fists up and readies himself. As Batman takes the beating, he tells himself that he's not ready to face these threats, and he's nowhere near close to being ready, but he will be.